You and John Gotti associates?
I was friends with John. You know, John and I tell you about John.
Why do we like him so much? No, I'm just talking about the psyche of the society.
Yeah, why is he out there so much?
I think number one because he made no bones about who he was. I'm a mob guy. I'm gonna die a mob guy. I don't want to be anything else. That's it. So he was true to that. And the way he carried himself, you know, he just he became a media star, you know, and he kept beating the government, and you know what I mean. But socially, he was great. I had a good times when we'd meet in clubs all the time. Business, he was very hard to deal with, very hard. But you know, we got along. We had a few scrapes, he and I, but I like him. I like his family. I still know his family.
Were you locked up at the same time?
Yeah, we were.
Were you locked up in the same place? You see each other, play cards?
We played cards. Yeah, we were in MDC together. We were waiting trial.
Were you ever locked up with Sammy?
I was, yeah.
In the same place, touching distance?
Yeah. On John Gotti's worst day, he was a better guy than Sammy.
Yeah.
On his worst day. I mean, I wasn't a fan of his. He had kind of a Napoleon complex, and he was a small guy, and he was just very arrogant. So a lot of people didn't get along with him, you know. I mean, he was a different crew than me, but we still didn't get along. But I'll tell you this, Mike, I don't know how you feel about it, but here's a guy that admitted to 19 murders. And the government makes a deal with him and puts him back out on the street. I mean, this is the United States. You're not supposed to do stuff
when they want you, they want you.
Yeah, but, I mean, come on. 19 murders, you make a deal with a guy like that and put him back on the street. And you know what he was doing? Then he got involved in ecstasy in a club that I was involved with on Sunset
Phoenix?
Boulevard. No, the Key Club.
LA? Yeah, I know the Key Club.
You remember the Key Club?
Yeah, Sunset.
I was involved with that, and they were selling ecstasy in the club. He just got out about a year ago, I think.
Oh, Sammy?
Yeah.
He's still here on the street now?
He's out, yeah.
Like, what is the psychology of that system?
They needed Gotti. I mean, they wanted him. He beat them so many times. He was, you know, thumbing his nose in their face, and they wanted him, and they were willing to make a deal with anybody. Really.
Yeah.
You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened in our life. There was a lot of respect. There was also a lot of fear. What happened in our life, when guys on the street started fearing the government more than they were fearing our life, that's when everybody started flipping and turning, and it was unbelievable.
When did that change happen?
Really in the 80s, you know, when they started using that racketeering law. I was in the next cell with Sammy, and I'll never forget. We were in NDC, and we were talking through the air conditioning vent. For some reason, he didn't sound right to me. You know, just things were not sounding right the way he was talking. And then they came and took him away not too long after that. But, you know, I kind of resent this because people say, oh, the younger guys really couldn't stand up like the older guys. But my answer to that, you know, 30, 40 years ago, you got 10 years, you got 15 years. Anybody can do that. You do 7, 8 years, you get out on parole, you go back to your life. Today, they hit you with a RICO charge.
Get to 60 years.
You got 20 years right off the bat. No more parole, meaning you're doing 17 and a half minimum. And if you get 20 on a RICO case, you're lucky. I was facing 150 years.
Wow.
And they would have gave me every bit of it. Because when I was in MDC, I'm watching these guys going to trial, Mike. They're coming back 300 years, 90 years. I said, man, I'm the youngest guy. They're going to give me 5,000 years here. I'll never get out of jail. But that's why guys didn't stand up. Nobody stands up. It's very hard. You know one guy that stood up? My dad. My dad, they can give him 5 million years. He's never saying a word to anybody. He was that kind of a guy.
Why do you think it's necessary for people need to live that life? They need to make sure that they feel there's something. I'm not doing this code. I don't care. They can kill me. Why do you think they have to have that mentality?
To be part of that life?
Yeah. No, it's that mentality. Like some people that's not even part of life that's like that. Why would somebody want to do something like that?
You mean to be involved in a life or to be an informant?
No. Don't give a fuck. I don't care if they give me 100 years.
You know, there's just...
a lot of people say it, but a lot of people not like that.
No.
Then you meet one real guy that's like that.
Yeah, and that's my dad. Well, Persico Jr., my former boss. I mean, these guys, they're old-time guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll die in jail. That's it. It's not part of his mentality.
Why do you think people take the lifestyle? That lifestyle gave them honor, you believe? So that's why they think it's so sincere. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you know what the best thing to happen to that life on the street? The movie The Godfather.
Yeah?
I'm telling you. I was younger then. It was in the 70s, but you know, Joe Colombo was involved in that movie. I remember.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. he actually edited the script.
Oh, wow.
He took the original script, had the word mafia all over it. He took it out. He made changes in it. And they had no choice. They had to do it. But after that
Did
movie
it
came
change
out,
the family?
after that movie came out, guys started to walk differently. They started to dress differently.
People treated them differently.
They treated him differently. Yeah.
Listen, I can remember being black and from Brownsville, being a mafia guy. That's fucking like God. You can get away with anything. The cops fucking was nice. You never got a ticket. The cops brought you presents, brought you tea or coffee. The cops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
True.
Yeah.
All the celebrities, all the fuck vans, all the big kind of guys respect you. They do
Right.
business with you.
Yeah.
You know, there's these other groups out there, but if you take the drug business away from them, they all collapse. And I'm not knocking, I'm just saying that's the truth.
Yeah.
But with us, we survived and prospered for well over 100 years under some very tough conditions. The reason for that, we infiltrated every fabric of society, from the White House right down to the guy on the street in the numbers business. We control the unions in this country. You control the unions, you control the country. Because you got all that money behind you for political purposes to buy your way into things. You got everybody at your beck and call. You call a
Can't
strike.
get shit built.
Yeah,
Without
that's right.
the union.
Can't get shit built, man. They building every day, 10 millions of times. You can't get nothing built. The country stops. We stop
Stops,
eating.
yeah.
Ooh, you don't want the country to stop. It's a motherfucker. Man.
You
We
call a
back to
strike with the
slavery.
Teamsters?
We beyond slavery.
You call a strike with the Teamsters, you got 2.5 million truck drivers stop.
Yeah.
You call a strike at the docks, nothing comes in and out of the country. That's tremendous control.
Yeah, definitely.